just beware of a team called the Cleveland Browns. They came alive in 85 and 86, they're going for more. Bring on the Broncos, Bengals, Bears, the Dolphins, Steelers, we don't care because we're going to the Super Bowl. They're the bad Cleveland Browns, baddest football team around, better than a team should be. They're gonna win the AFC. Now the Browns are known throughout the league for their fearsome running backs. Nothing could be finer than a run by Ernest Miner and a big Kevin Mack attack. We got Bernie the Kid, and I'm glad we did. He's as talented as he is cool. In the clutch is quite a twosome when he throws to Ozzie Newsome. Brian Brennan, Webster Slaughter too. They're the bad Cleveland Browns, baddest football team around, better than a team should be.
I'm the Angry Browns fan. I'm special assignment for Dogs on the Run, back in the Muni lot. And if there's one thing that I hate, are Steelers fans. Let's go find them. What do you guys think about Steelers fans?
They suck!
There we go. There he goes. We're going to cross the street and see what's going on over there.
We looked for a tailgate vehicle. Somebody was selling it, and I had to have it.
Was there a dead body in it?
Yes, there was.
That dude just fell out his ass. How many ladies do you pick up in this thing?
None. None ever.
I'm the Angry Browns fan. I'm special assignment for Dogs on the Run, back in the Muni lot. And if there's one thing that I hate, are Steelers fans. Let's go find them. What do you guys think about Steelers fans?
They suck!
The Steelers! How come the baby doesn't have pants?
Because I don't know why. It's disgusting me personally.
I found this baby, so I feel like she needs a dad, so I took advantage, you know what I'm saying?
Did you guys hear the news that Whedon's starting today? What do you think about that?
He's starting?
Yeah, flu.
Kidding me?
Yeah, Campbell has flu-like symptoms.
Damn it!
Who? Yeah, Whedon's starting today. How are you staying warm today?
Well, we have a fire pit, we got good gloves, we got the Dickie Carhartt suit, and a lot of, I can't say alcohol.
Oh, you can.
Oh, and a lot of alcohol.
There's nothing like a good Dickie. I'm in love. Do you know if this is legal?
Definitely legal.
Steelers suck.
You gotta enjoy your night, a day.
You can't say Steelers suck and they go, night, have a nice night, guys.
Steelers suck!
Who wrote that for you? All Browns fans kind of look the same. I swear I already...
Who's doing dishes in the background? Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Night Quarterbacks. I hear these pots clanging.
Yep.
I don't know if you can hear my dryer going back there.
It's probably Stefanski banging his head against his own refrigerator.
The fuck is Stefanski doing, man? He's losing this team.
One at a time.
What was the atmosphere like on Sunday at 1 o'clock?
At 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
The same as it was going into the fourth quarter. Great.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was exciting. It was electric. It was, people were feeling it. It was loud. I don't know the fuck what Jimmy's talking about half the time. He's not there. He doesn't know. Like I said, there's plenty of reason to cheer and, get loud and be quiet. Offense at work. Until they give you no reason to get loud and cheer anymore.
And I'll add this because this is something I definitely was looking for. How long we've had these tickets? Since 03, something like that, 02? Whatever.
Long enough.
It was the first time that I did not see where Pittsburgh fans were noticeable. You could tell people were not like, oh, man, I ain't go to that game. I'm selling my tickets. Pittsburgh, even if they had a blowout win, could not take over that stadium. Sure, there was a handful of tourists, but it was not like in past years where you're like, oh, Jesus, how many frickin' Pittsburgh fans are here? Not at all. I mean, there was enough to be annoying, but not like it was in years past.
To piggyback off of what John's saying, in the past, when the Steelers did something good, it was loud enough to think that we actually did something good.
Right.
And this time it was, if they did something good, which was on both sides of the ball, there wasn't that much good to speak of. You could hear it, but it wasn't like it was in the past. That's for sure.
When
People didn't sell their tickets this time, which is kind of surprising. And if they did, they sold them to other Browns fans. It appeared.
So when did the mood start to shift to like same old Browns or this is ugly or
Well, I think
we
well,
might not be getting a victory.
it was in the last drive. I think everybody was pretty well of the same mindset. We had the ball. We had 3 minutes and 47 seconds or whatever when we got it back, and we were right down the field, and we fumbled.
I was going to say
The Landry fumble then.
That was when people left. Literally,
the
you could see
Landry
them
fumble
going for
was
the
when.
exit.
Yeah, I was going to say the Landry fumble was when it was like, if he can do that, we're doomed.
Yeah.
Because he's just been Mr. Reliable since he got here from Miami.
And did you see who helped orchestrate that fumble? Hate to say it.
I know, Schobert.
Joe effing Schobert.
Pro bowler.
Pro
Joe
bowler,
Schobert.
yeah, I know. I should be calling him the right thing.
Well, and
And Joe Hayden learned to tackle in his couple years in Pittsburgh.
it was the game plan the whole time. You saw it. I'm sure everybody saw it on TV. It left a lot of people just sitting there asking the whole time, "What the fuck are they doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What is going on here?"
Yep.
Um,
We have the Browns being the Browns just joined us, and I think we have another person coming in too.
He's a Geno Smith fan. What is he on here for?
I think
Well,
Jimmy
the only
has
difference
made
is
his
Geno
way.
Smith could win a football game, I think.
Yeah,
So
the
far,
Browns
once-
being the Browns. Before we get into the Browns, how's those USC Trojans doing?
They're awful.
Yeah, I noticed that you missed the last broadcast after Notre Dame beat them.
Yeah.
Typical.
I think it's about expectations. I think that's the thing. Don't expect to see SC
look who it
do very
is.
well.
Well, this has turned
they're-
into a college show.
They're
all of a
coachless.
sudden.
They're
And no,
coachless.
but I was leading to the expectations are so high for the Browns, and that's what hurts the most because they're not living up to expectations,
Yeah, we should.
and they
had
haven't
them
been
as
able to
barely
get
making
things
it
in
to the
order at all. When the offense is scoring points, the defense is awful. Now the defense is at least stopping people, and the offense can't get it together.
Do you guys know how many points the Browns have scored in the last 4 games in the fourth quarter?
0.
Zero.
Yeah.
0 points
0.
in the
What
fourth
are the last
quarter.
3 games? 17, 14, 10?
They
Not in
scored
that
40,
order?
41 points in the last 3 games.
Okay.
Total.
So
Pathetic.
what did I miss? What is your theme here right now?
Nothing yet. We haven't
What do you
even
got
to
on
quote.
what do you got on the agenda today, John?
We don't even have the slides up. So if you guys want to come, go to zoom.us and go 599-401-010. It's at the top of the broadcast every time. This guy down here, Browns being the Browns, seems to know how to get in, so take some notes from him. I mean, he is a PhD candidate or PhD.
Whoa, what
receiver,
happened?
so-
I lost all my okay.
Let's
I
not.
don't know. Can you see the slides?
I don't give a shit about the no, I'm kidding.
How are you going to know the quotes? Quotes.
I have the
I
slides.
can't wait to
There's
see
a
these
couple
quotes.
stories.
Oh my god, I was
Let's
waiting
just get
for
right
the
into the
quotes.
quote. Let's just get right into the quotes.
Oh, yeah, jump in, both feet.
Your
Quote stat stories
Agenda.
predictions.
intros.
I need to make sure that I put him in position to make some plays, and I did not do a good enough job.
You can
That's
That was-
Stefanski talking about Odell.
Yeah,
every fucking week.
that's a gimme.
Same
quote.
thing.
So, you know,
Are we sick of hearing Kevin
Yes.
Stefanski placating us again? Doesn't
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was a softball quote.
Oh, it's
Everybody-
a softball quote, but this is a softball take too.
I'm giving myself 1 point because I was first.
It's a terrible take.
Terrible takes.
It's coach speak. It's
Getting
coach
sick of
speak.
Stefanski
Of course
coach
it is.
speak.
It's and now you know
It
what.
works
This was
when
the
we're
one
winning.
guy. Last year, we didn't get coach speak from this guy. He was direct, he was to the point, and not a lot of bullshit. And now he's just regurgitating bullshit quotes from every other coach from years past. It's like, okay, here we go.
He's regurgitating it from himself from the previous week.
Yeah.
He just says the same shit every fucking week.
He's gonna if he starts doing
I need to put them in better position.
If he starts going to the old Hugh standby, I'm gonna have to watch the tape. I'm gonna have to watch the tape one. Then that'll be.
I think this is close. This is close to what Hugh says. Basically, like we're gonna review it and we're gonna work better and we're gonna fix it.
Pat Shermer type comments right here. It's fucking stupid.
All right, let's go to the next one. I've had conversations with his dad before, man-to-man, face-to-face, and I was pretty surprised by the video.
At least doing it by saying, I can leave my ego in check this coming week and go out on the field and try to win. And you know who it was directed towards, and you know why he said it.
And you know, and he had a right to say it.
I would have said worse than that. I'd have said, fuck him, he's gone. I don't care if he comes back ever again.
I think he wanted to say something to that regard.
But you're right. If you read between the lines, he's saying that Odell can't put his ego aside for the good of the team.
Yeah, he didn't
He's
even.
An asshole.
He didn't even have to. He didn't even have to say something like that. But I would have said, "Hey, you know what? He's not here anymore. And I don't give a shit. Fuck him."
Well, and Brian hit the nail on the head. He's not here anymore. If he is on the field of play in 2021 for the Browns, I will be beyond stunned. He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
And you know, hindsight being 2020, if we assume he's gone, which I think all of us are, is it any wonder the New York Giants were like, "See ya, bye."
Oh yeah, sure. So there's three options, right? We keep him on the roster and lose a roster spot, and don't let him go to anyone else. We cut him, someone else picks him up, or he's got to apologize and do a front face and.
That's not going to happen.
Okay, so they apologizes and they put him on the field next week. If I'm Baker, I just don't throw him the fucking ball. I don't care if he's 40 yards down the field by himself. I wouldn't throw it to him.
First of all, what is he apologizing for? Unless he's admitting that he used his dad as a surrogate to send that bullshit video out to Twitter.
Well, you know,
and then if he did,
here's the devil's advocate to that, to the conventional thinking here. Baker has to accept some responsibility too.
Fine,
and he did.
Because I think that like in the Steelers game, that at the end zone, that was just blatant. That was all over Baker. Odell was open. I mean, any of the videos, Odell is open.
Yeah, but we're comparing apples and giraffes here. Are we talking about the way somebody played, or are we talking about the way someone handles themselves off the field?
The alligator-armed bullshit catch attempt, or which drop are we talking about, or which minute?
And he's absolutely right. Baker has some, so he's got to take some responsibility for the way he's been playing, but not for the way things have been handled off the field. We're talking about two different things here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying he's trying to make a point against another point. We got to decide which one we're going to harp on first. If we're talking about Odell and his dad and his fucking baby attitude, and I made an 11-minute video showing him that he's open on every fucking play, and every wide receiver in the NFL thinks they're open every play. Nobody else's dad is. Adam Thielen's dad didn't post a fucking video because he didn't get the ball, and he did. He alligator armed that catch. Ridley makes that catch.
Absolutely did.
Thielen makes that catch. Devontae Adams makes that catch, and they take the hit. He got scared. He yanked his arm down because he didn't want to take the hit, and then he bitches and complains that he
That's what I saw.
Looks.
I would agree with you to the point of how OBJ has handled the situation. To me, I feel like he probably dealt with it this way because he was at his wit's end. It sounds like he was asking to be traded. He wanted to be gone. I think there's something going on in the locker room. He's at his wit's end. I'd say maybe there's some blame to be thrown on Brown's management for trying to make this relationship work, and it's not. We've gotten to the point that this is bubbled over, and
Hey, you know what? I would try to defend OBJ left and left if I could, but when I go back to the stupid clown shoes and the visor and all the other bullshit that he did, the watch, all the other stupid shit that he's done,
It's a lot of look at me shit.
Exactly.
You know, I don't care if he does any of that, but you had 2 passes on 4th down right in your breadbasket that you dropped.
Right. So then we're back. So now we're starting to compare our things that don't have to do with the other things. We're talking about off the field issues and me shit. And then guys who just don't catch the ball when they have to, and you're getting paid $15 million a year. You got to catch fucking football.
On the issue of Browns management, this regime did not sign Odell. That was Dorsey. So
no,
they
you're
didn't want
absolutely
this
right.
guy. And some people have brought up good shit on Twitter and whatnot, Facebook, whatever you want to call it, about Stephon Diggs forced his way out of Minnesota because he hated Stefanski's offense and he knew it was going to hurt his career, quote unquote. They just don't throw to the wide receivers in this offense, period.
Well, speaking of quote unquote, here we go to the next slide.
And you want to know what the kick in the ass about that is, Jimmy? If they were throwing to the wide receivers left and right every play, people would be going, "You got Chubb and Hunt on the backfield, and you're not handing them the ball. What the hell's wrong with you?
People are never going to be
win.
happy.
You can't win.
I'm just saying that.
No, you're absolutely right, but you just can't win.
You can't.
What's up, Tom? What's up, Chad? What's up, Bob? What's up, Marty? Marty, I hope you heard the Odell talk because we just ended it, or at least
well, I'm sure we'll jump
started
back
and
in.
ended it for right now. It was definitely a winnable game for us, but we didn't do it. We didn't execute like we needed to.
Yeah, this can't be a big star because I read all the big stars quotes. I don't know.
Jamie Gillen, I have no idea.
Winnable game.
I mean,
Boy, it could be offense or defense.
Yeah, it sounds like Joe Woods said it.
I was going to say, it sounds like defense. I don't know. Taki. I don't know.
Anyone?
Let's see. Oh, Miles Garrett. It wasn't. How did I miss that big star?
I don't know. If he heard,
maybe you didn't recognize him because he was wearing his costume still.
At least
Maybe he was talking about his
Miles came to play. At least he came to play.
Marty says FOBJ.
He had a good game.
Miles is man among boys. Love everything about him.
He's a stud.
Yay.
Yep.
Yeah,
all right.
The one shining star in a shitty defense.
Losing is the only thing that I'm disappointed about. If we would have won that game 10-9, I would be ecstatic in here right now.
Every Browns fan after the game.
Jarvis, Baker, the usual guys would say that.
I'm sticking with my last comment. I don't think this is a big star.
Well,
depends.
And it's Anthony Walker.
Yeah, well, that guy has.
You got that right. Not a big star, but
no, he is not.
He's an okay presence out on the field.
He has been disappointing to say the least.
And that's what you want to be in the NFL these days, an okay presence out on the field.
Okay presence.
When he's been out there.
Oh, gee, how many quotes do you have, Spalding?
There's one more. I had to put in a good one.
You know, want to know what the kick of the ass was? He was second in the team in tackles this past week with 8.
See? He's kicking ass out there, Anthony Walker.
Joe Schobert
ahead of
had
us.
9, by the way.
Starting today, go out and have a great practice.
Oh, this is easy, Chubb.
No, maybe, but
yeah, I'm
he's
pretty
totally
sure.
Right.
That is correct.
You know what? I'll give Stefanski this much credit.
John has the slides, though, guys.
Only because he has.
Cheating.
So does Jim.
He has these guys.
So do you.
In the same boat that it's 1 week at a time. They write that one off and they move on to the next one. As good, bad, or indifferent as it was, it's the one thing he's got these guys programmed for us. Forget that one and let's move on to the next one. The only problem is when you start stringing together losses and you look like shit, comments like this, they don't really move the needle.
And also, when's the last time Baker started a game when the Browns won?
That game,
last victory was
that game against the Steelers.
If we're
did not
being
look
honest
like they
here,
needed more
guys,
practice.
He's right. The season is in front of them. You're 4-4. If you win the next game, you're only one game out of first in the division. The sky is not falling.
And you still have 5 more division games to go.
Hey, Jimmy, you are absolutely right. And starting with this week against Cincinnati, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it. It's a must-win game, and so are the next 2 against Detroit and fucking New England.
True.
You have to win these next 3 games, or you might start thinking about, okay.
Then it'll be time to hit the panic button.
Watch. If you
won't be
beat
hitting the panic
Cincinnati,
button, I'll be smashing it through the floor.
everything will change. Everybody will be back on the fucking bandwagon.
Okay, well, I got a
the
question.
season is back.
I got a question for you. All bark, no bite. How is this team going to score against Cincinnati?
Easily. The Cincinnati's defense is not good.
They're going to beat Cincinnati and lose to Detroit.
Former Governor Mike White.
You know
Stop
what?
that, Stephen Thomas.
You know what? I would agree with you 100%, Jimmy, if only our offense was any good.
I have no.
Is the Jets' offense any good, Brian?
Apparently, Mike
They
White,
scored
an
30
unknown
points
group
against
for
the Bengals.
400 yards.
So what if we don't, right? What if we don't put up large numbers of points and the Jets do? What does that say about our offense?
It's gonna.
Then I say Kevin
Then you start to
Stefanski's
worry.
a jackass.
Okay.
Well, that's why I'm saying
Honestly.
you have to go on the road and win this division game. You have. It's as bad as it's to say in week 9 of the season. This is a must-win game. It's a must-win game. You have to go on the road into Cincinnati against a team that is at top of the division right now, who just handed it to fucking the Ravens a couple weeks ago, and then had a bad performance against the Jets.
Right.
Trust me, I'm not Jets guy or building them a statue anywhere.
Jetropolitans.
But they did what they did, and they won that game. And I wish the Bengals would have beat them, because they have got to be fucking pissed and embarrassed. And we're going to come into their house and they're going to smack the shit out of us.
They were like a college team looking ahead to the next game.
Let's look ahead to the next slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we already talked about OBJ, but this slide is
PFF
that
focus. Great.
he is essentially not on the team right now and has been told to stay home. And then, I put the PFF one on there. These are the highest graded defensive rookies this season. Minimum of 175 snaps, and JOK is number 1, and Greg Newsom's number 4.
Newsom has played surprisingly well.
Yes.
I'm very, very pleased with him.
Is Denzel Ward on that list? No? All right.
Well, Denzel Ward doesn't play.
He's not a rookie.
He never plays. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said rookies.
Hospital Ward.
Yeah, that's
He's
what my
in the
name
hospital
is.
ward.
Right.
I know I said before the season even started that he was going to be my have-to-shine player for the season.
Right.
And I'm retracting that statement because he fucking sucks again. I don't care what you guys say. He can't stay on the field more than 2 games in a row, and then he gets hurt because he's too fucking small.
I can't disagree.
And when Williams has been out there, he's been better this year.
So when it comes to the end of the season where they start talking about his contract,
give that money to Wyatt Teller.
Did you say
all
Greedy?
that money to Wyatt Teller.
No,
I said Greedy's been playing better than Ward this year.
There's some bad news about Greedy though.
What?
He's still awful.
Greedy liked like a couple of the tweets from Odell's dad, so obviously that throws some division into the locker room.
Oh yeah.
Well, we'll get rid of that division when OBJ's gone.
Well, obviously there's division about who's right and who's wrong here, OBJ or Odell. Baker. So
I guess it depends.
I really wonder about that locker room. Just thinking about Jarvis's drops also. Jarvis was making catches when the Browns nothing was expected of them. Right. And now in these key moments, Jarvis is dropping balls.
Man, what the hell is up with that?
Speaks to me, that speaks to division in the locker room.
People
are picking sides. They don't want to,
distractions.
Some of the
not focus.
Baker still has a tendency to to throw the ball a little high to some of these wide receivers, but the ones he's throwing to Landry are hitting him right between the 8 and the 0, and he's fucking dropping them.
I will give Landry a pass because I know he's friends with OBJ, but that dude is, you want to talk about consummate professional. He gets traded from the Dolphins, who stink, to the Browns, who stink worse, and his whole attitude is, we're going to turn this thing around. Love the guy. If there's anybody that could say, enough of this crap, we come together, we go beat Cincinnati, I would believe in him. I'd follow that guy as a leader any day of the week.
I was talking about Greedy Williams liked the tweet from Odell's dad.
I know, but he plays on the defensive side of the ball.
And he's from LSU, so obviously.
John Johnson put out a tweet, and then he retracted it. It's crazy. There is definitely division in the
this
locker
whole
room.
social media shit. It's just so weird and dumb.
Nothing new. Like Gerard Cherry said today at the 7 o'clock Browns show, he's like, man, we had the same thing happening before Twitter, before Facebook. You just leak it to a reporter or you'd whisper it to some guy who tells everybody and say, hey, man, don't tell anybody but, and then it'd be all over the locker room.
Oh, yeah.
No difference.
I get it. But...
All right, moving on.
PFF. So on the right-hand side is the highest-graded Browns in Week 8, and then in the middle is highest-graded Browns through 8 games.
Well, there's no question Miles is going to be number 1. Batonio doesn't shock me. I kind of am surprised at Wyatt Teller being that high.
He's moving up. He's been playing good the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, and poor Conklin. Guy gets right back on the field finally, and then whoop, there goes the elbow.
Boink.
Yep.
Are you allowed to be in the top 5 with a grade of 69.8? I guess so. I guess you can.
I will say, did anyone catch the thing where they said PFF's lowest graded offensive lineman was the guy that went against Myles Garrett? He had a 0.0.
Yeah, I saw that.
This week? Was that this week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Miles hasn't got one sack, but he was.
I've never seen a 0.0.
I mean, you'd think you would get at least a point for being on the field.
Right. Like, you would have to have one play where you got lucky and did something decent, but apparently you didn't.
All right. Come on.
Oh, we never went through Week 8 ratings.
No,
I guess
it
wasn't a compelling slide.
Miles, no surprise. Wyatt Teller, no surprise. Njoku, kind of surprising. Baker, number 4.
Well, that was just the game against Pittsburgh. The other one.
In Week 8. Okay.
I'm curious, and just because Jimmy said that, I'm curious about Njoku's stats through the season so far. 20 receptions for 323 yards. He's got to be leading the team in something.
That's not bad for him.
Njoku?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
I think he leads the team in yardage, receiving yardage, and percentage of targets caught.
Yeah.
Like, Njoku's season, tells me, why did we have to give Hooper so much money?
Now that's on Barry. That was a Barry call. I don't know what he was doing there.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you want to bounce off of his stats here real quick, he's had 2, 9, 11, 13. So he's had that many targets through the season, and
Njoku, I think, is 20 of 24 on 24 targets, 20 catches.
Yeah, I mean that's compared to some of these other guys. They have 4 drops in a game. He's had 4 drops on the season or non-catches. I'm not even saying they were drops. I'm just saying they were non-catches.
And he leads the team in receiving yardage, which is really sad, which says a lot about Stefanski's offense, too.
Yeah, especially with 20 receptions and you lead the team. I mean, come on. And he's splitting what essentially is number 1 with Hooper. I mean, Njoku's not the number 1 tight end.
Raymond says Njoku is in a contract year, too. Could be a reason why his numbers are up.
Well, you know what?
Njoku's gone.
What did I say?
Njoku also demanded a trade like 3 times.
Right.
And somebody kicked him in the ass, or he kicked himself in the ass. And he said, all right, let's go do this.
So I just told you Njoku had 20 catches for 323 yards, right?
Yep.
He leads the team in receiving yardage.
Yeah, through 8 games. Hooper, who's our big money tight end, has 18 receptions, only 2 behind him for 169 yards.
That's a terrible signing. A terrible signing.
That's because Hooper catches the ball and falls down immediately.
Or
I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. We know that Njoku in the Chargers game had one that went for 70 yards or 65 yards or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying he's padding stats, but you're not going to see Hooper break one off for 60 yards unless the other team's running the wrong way.
Never.
Are we moving on?
Now we're moving on to You Heard It Here First. So, who correctly predicted and received the point? And are they on the show right now?
And are they wearing a tie?
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
Can't tell if Storm is wearing a tie.
Storm, did you make a prediction last week?
Me?
I did not.
Yeah, that's why.
I thought it was you. I thought you.
No,
who was the one that predicted the Steelers?
Bob Akbar.
Oh, he's not getting a point.
14,
he's a Raiders fan.
He had the Steelers 17, Browns 14. He was by far the closest.
Yep. Good job, Bob. He was watching earlier. I don't know if he's watching now.
He was the only one that picked
up,
the Steelers, so it was a pretty easy point to give away.
Yeah, that was super easy.
I'm not picking the Browns anymore the rest of the season.
Oh, me neither. Me neither.
In a must-win game, huh?
I have zero faith at this point.
No, maybe just if I pick against them, they'll win. One of those things.
Surprise me.
Reverse psychology, huh?
So Cincinnati, their lines are susceptible on either side. They have Jamar Chase, and they have a very good quarterback in Joe Burrows. Joe Mixon isn't having a bad season. And
no, T. Higgins is no slouch at wide receiver either. So
and their tight end is a man among boys.
They also have Larry Ogunjobi on the defensive side.
No, fuck you.
Doing pretty well. I'm sure he'll have a strip sack of Mayfield this Sunday. Anything else on defense?
No.
Well, I mean, hey, if it makes you guys feel any better, the line right now, as it has been all week, is only the Browns are only getting 2.5, and I expected it to be much worse than that. I thought on the road the Browns would be getting 6 or 7, but it's 2.5. So somebody in Vegas knows something, or they're just willing to give away a lot of money.
People do not believe that Cincinnati is real. I don't think it's about the Browns. People thinking the Browns are better. They just don't believe Cincinnati is any good.
Well,
they lost to the Jets. Okay, that's why we don't think they're any good. I'm sorry.
That has nothing to do with anything.
They crushed the Ravens.
Look who
they
we've
lost to
to.
a quarterback I have never heard of on the worst organization in the NFL.
Please.
Well, that one woman in Vegas heard of them because. Did you guys see?
You did the same thing last week during You Heard It Here First. You talk shit about the Steelers, and they came into town and they whooped our ass defensively. They held us to 10 points. It was a joke.
I'm just saying I'm not ready to buy the Cincinnati Bengals as a legitimate
No one
team.
bought the Steelers. It's about us sucking. It's not about these other teams losing to other teams.
But I still think Mike Tomlin is a good coach, and the Steelers are a decent team, even though Ben is over the hill. The Bengals are not a good organization. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a shootout. What indications do you have that Mayfield can lead this offense to a shootout against Cincinnati this week? Do we have any evidence that we can win in a shootout?
No, we do not.
No. We have evidence that they can.
What'd you do against the Chargers? What'd you do against the Chargers and the Chiefs?
You didn't win.
Lost.
But you played in a shootout.
Yeah.
You did.
Yes,
the question was, what evidence do you have
we can win a shootout?
Guns, you didn't get blown out, so you can play in a shootout.
You can play in a shootout, but you're not winning.
Which means you
the
can
shootout.
win in one.
Here's the only stat you guys need to argue about going into this week. Here's the problem. You guys.
That's not their fault. The defense didn't show up against San Diego and Kansas City. Okay,
Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy. You're saying it's going to be it's going to have to be.
I don't know. It might not be. I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm going to give
you guys
you
are saying it won't be.
Here's two stats to compare right here. You guys make your assumption of who's going to win this game this week based on this. Mayfield so far, 1,699 yards and 6 touchdowns. 6 fucking passing touchdowns. I think one of them might have been a rushing touchdown, if I remember correctly. I don't even know. Joe Burrow right now, 2,215 yards and 20 passing touchdowns and combined touchdowns. We're going to get fucking destroyed.
Throttled.
Hey,
our leading receiver is
Can
in
I
Joe.
also share another stat with you?
Wait, let me.
If the Browns win this game, it's because Joe Burrow lost the
game. Last time
game.
he played them, 5. He threw 5 touchdowns against the Bengals the last time he played them.
Great.
So he can throw touchdown passes.
Okay.
Right?
Is he throwing 5 this weekend?
I don't know. He might.
Okay. You already said you're not picking.
Going to?
Here's another stat you guys might want to sink your teeth into. Our leading receiver right now is Njoku, right? We already discussed that. 20 receptions, 323 yards, 1 touchdown. Jamar Chase, 38 receptions, 786 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
Okay, you know how you counter that? Guess how many rushing yards the Browns have on the season?
You want to know who
More
our
than
leading
any
rusher
other
is?
fucking team in the NFL.
You want to know who our leading rusher is right now? Here's the
You're
stat.
going to give me that stat. I'll just give you the Browns rushing stats.
Okay. Jimmy, how many rushing touchdowns do we have in the last 3 fucking games? You want to talk about how many yards we have?
We're not going to win a game.
No, Dearness Johnson had 1, and then what?
Okay, right now our leading rusher is Chubb with 584 and 4 touchdowns. Now he missed some time. I get that.
I just know they lead the league in rushing.
Their back, who is comparable to ours, 572 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Comparable.
The numbers are identical.
30 points a game.
Because Chubb is in Hunt have missed games in the last 3 weeks.
The Bengals score 30 points a game on average. We don't. Not only do we not do that, we can't. Because we do not have the offense we thought we had when we started the season.
Well, according to Jimmy, this game's going to be very close, and both teams are comparable.
I thought he was going to predict the Bengals to win, and you'd think...
I am going to predict the Bengals to win.
Then what are you doing?
You're defending the Browns left and right here.
The sky is falling.
The
sky is not falling, you guys.
The sky...
The Bengals have weaknesses. They're beatable. The Jets beat them.
The sky might
joke that is.
be coming.
Then let me get Jimmy's prediction.
They lost to the Jets.
Let me get Jimmy's prediction. And we just lost to the fucking Steelers.
Fuck it. Give me the Browns 34, Bengals 31.
Oh, please.
What was that? One more time. Go ahead.
Bengals 34. Browns 34, Bengals 31.
Oh my God, are you fucking high?
Actually, no, Browns 28, Bengals 14.
We're going to just keep changing it, huh? Which one do you want?
I have Bengals 30, Browns 20.
Wow. We're going to have some kind of offensive surge this week, huh? And put up 20.
Yeah, we're going to get 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. That's 20, right? Yeah.
Well, Brian, it's not like you haven't done it before. I mean, you're acting like we're done and the sky is falling. And
no.
we might as well quit.
What's up, Vicky? What's up, Scott? What's up, Bill?
What I'm doing is the opposite of what you're doing right now. I'm not writing off the Bengals because they lost to the Jets last
games,
week.
You know?
This isn't a dry spell, right? This isn't a dry spell with bad games. This is a team that looks completely inept on both sides of the football. The only thing we have going for us right now is our kicker doesn't miss.
The defense just held Pittsburgh to 10 points.
15.
Or 15, sorry.
It's fucking Pittsburgh.
And the only reason it wasn't 17 is because Tomlin had a fake kick.
Where he got
that was hilarious
he almost got
to
his
me.
kicker killed.
He did get his kicker killed.
Well,
Elliott's a big guy to be falling on you on the sidelines there.
Jordan Elliott?
Is he number 96?
Whoever it
I
was,
get Jordan
it was a
Elliott
big
and Jacob
guy.
Phillips mixed up so bad. I can't ever remember Jordan Elliott's name. I know Jacob Phillips is the one who's hurt.
I never hear his name.
Jordan Elliott,
Jordan
number
Elliott.
96, is 6'4", 300 pounds, and he fell on a kicker who can't be
So
more
Jordan
than
Elliott is
185
relegated to
pounds.
special teams. Does he spell anyone on our defensive line, or is he really just a special teamer at this point?
No, I think he is one of the backup defensive
They
linemen.
just have him as he's a backup tackle.
What about Andrew Billings? Does he ever make
He
any
doesn't
plays?
do
Or
shit. He never gets
that
in
guy
there.
was from Cincinnati, right?
I thought they
then
would've
obviously
traded
They
him.
got rid of him for a reason.
And then he
Speaking
sat
of,
out last year, and he just hasn't been able to beat
Yeah, he
Malik
sucks.
McDowell or.
Speaking of guys that are injured, do we have any? Do we have some? Everybody enthusiastic about seeing Blake Hance out there on the field this week?
I
filling
really
in
hate that
again?
we are down to our third string tackle, and at
I
the
don't
trade
think you have a
deadline,
choice
you did
about
nothing
being
to bring in a
enthusiastic
tackle.
about it. That's who you got.
Well, here's the thing, which kind of surprised me. The Browns didn't activate anybody from the practice squad at the tackle position this week, as far as I know. Did they? So we're really
No, but
scraping.
I think they did last week.
But aren't we kind of thin on the offensive line position as far as depth?
Yeah, yeah.
Did they sign somebody and
No,
maybe
they brought someone up last week, but I might have to
Oh,
look
well.
that up.
I guess it doesn't matter.
What a terrible
like-
show. We don't even know.
I like the fact that Jimmy is completely flip-flopped from not picking the Browns to picking the Browns.
Yes, he got so it's like one of those where he has to defend himself so hard he changed his prediction.
I know.
I did. I had to.
34
I had to.
All right, I'm
30
standing behind my take. We're
I
gonna
don't care
win.
if I'm wrong. I don't care.
34-31 is a bit of a
Tom,
stretch there, Jimmy.
Tom P.
I changed it.
What are you changing it to?
I did.
Two?
All right, everyone,
Browns
get your predictions
28.
in.
Bengals 21.
Now
Tom
you're
P.
28-21.
Oh, sorry. Tom P says 32-30 Browns.
Wow.
Bob, the point getter from last week, says 31-26 Browns.
Interesting.
Huh.
And Scott,
From the
Browns
lot.
28, Bengals 25. Go Browns? Question mark? And Taco Dell has his hand raised. That means
Go.
he's got something profound to say.
Go ahead, John.
Well, you guys are all talking about the running backs and Chubb, blah, blah, blah. Do not forget to factor in those stats, Janovich, 2 carries, 0 yards, 1 touchdown.
Is he even
Right
going to be
there.
in the game? You know they released
No,
Johnny
he's not going to
Stanton,
be in the game.
so we have no
Yeah.
fullback.
No, they're
No, we have Johnny Stanton.
No,
What
they
about
released
Johnny
him.
Stanton?
They released
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, but they
No, but no one claimed him. I thought he got re-signed.
no, they reactivated what's his name on the off from IR, whoever it was.
The other
Oh, I
Janovich.
thought Stanton cleared waivers. Okay, I could be.
They didn't sign him to the
thinking.
practice squad, from what I've heard.
No.
So Janovich is back, so we do have a fullback?
Yes.
That's
I
confirmed.
believe that is the case. What about more predictions? Anybody getting them in? What about Liz P or Glenn?
Nope,
I
nothing
think
from
it's
them.
going to be a high-scoring game. I think we're looking at the Bengals winning a shootout, upwards of 40.
You
And I
have to be
see-
more specific, sir.
You need
I'm
to
gonna
give
go.
out a
I'm gonna go with
specific
42 for the Bengals, and then despite what I said about OBJ, and the fact is, I think the Browns' offense runs better without him. So I think the Browns are going to score some points, but it's just not going to be enough. And I'm giving the Browns 30.
So the Browns' defense isn't good enough.
42-30.
Okay.
Yeah, Jamar Chase against that secondary.
Well, you guys just said Greg Newsome was so good, and
It's a
Green
That's
team
not what they
game.
said.
well,
It's a
That's
team
not what
game,
they
Jim.
they didn't say he was so
Denzel
good. They
Ward's
said
coming
he's
back,
played
so-
well. Oh God.
What?
It's a team game, and as
I'll
a
tell you
team,
what.
they
God's
do not
sakes.
look good.
You know what? You can't win. The
John
defense is
Sturmack,
good one
what's-
week, they're not good the next.
What says you on your prediction?
You know the
this week,
Cincinnati O-line sucks balls, right? Okay, you know
Hey,
our defense
you said the same thing about Pittsburgh's O-line.
It does.
Yeah.
And it did.
And they
It
still
sucked.
mustered enough points to beat us.
Yeah.
You know what they did? All
Because
Ben did
our
was
offense
he would
is
throw
pathetic.
it within 1.5 seconds, and you couldn't do anything.
Listen,
That's
Even if it was
you
incomplete.
know why,
no
Jimmy?
OBJ,
Do you know
it shows-
why? Hold on a second. Does Jimmy know why Big Ben threw the ball in 1.2 seconds? Because we play this stupid fucking soft zone where the guys are 7 or 8 yards off the line, and the
That's
guy's
what they've
always
been doing
open.
all year.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you do that? And you know how many
There's
times we
not
got
much
their
you can do
offensive
to
line was
defend
so
that.
shitty.
They're just going to get rid of the ball. Well, they only scored 15 points, so obviously they didn't.
Baker
Well,
Mayfield.
you know what?
Baker
They scored
Mayfield is
15
hurt.
points, which was 5 more than the Browns scored, and we lost.
Baker Mayfield is hurt. No
Well,
OBJ.
you're criticizing the
third string right
defense when they
tackle.
only gave up 15 points, so I don't know what you're actually.
You know
This
what?
offense is not going anywhere anytime soon.
Not giving. I'm not
I
giving.
know. Why don't you play a soft zone?
Lizzie?
They did actually. They weren't blitzing the guy. They were just rushing for. He
We
just
never
gave him the
blitzed.
ball.
We never
Lizzie
blitzed.
says 17-14 Browns.
We never
She
blitzed.
thinks the Browns defense is going to show up big time
Wow.
and keep the Bengals, who are averaging 30 points a game against good and bad teams, to 14.
John, I never got yours because Jimmy interrupted you.
28-21 Browns.
We got yours, Jim, 3 times.
He
Waiting
said
on
John.
John Sturmack.
He said Taco Dell. If you call him by his proper name.
I'm just here for support. I believe in Stefanski. I believe more in Jarvis Landry. Landry is going to get that team together. He's going to come in with his Beats by Dre headphones. Everybody's going to hear the following.
Christmas music?
Burn on. They're going to take out a major league, and we only got one thing left to do. Win the whole fucking thing. Browns 37, Bengals 35. You heard it here first.
Oh, my
And now
God.
that's how you close the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Let's get
I'll
the hell
close
out
the
of
sh-
here.
I'll close the show for you because I didn't give my prediction.
Ah!
The Browns are going to fucking
Fuck
lose this
him.
game, and they're going to get embarrassed. It's going to be 33-14. And until they prove it differently to me, they suck right now, and I don't see them scoring shit.
All right, everybody, you heard it here first. We'll see you next Wednesday.
And by the way, I'm going to be there live to see it because I'm going to
Oh,
the
that's
game
right.
this weekend.
We got to get the last slide, Johnny.
I'll try to be loud for you in Paul Brown Stadium.
No, please don't. Have some Skyline
Oh,
chili.
wait, you have to go back. Go back to the second to last
Skyline
slide. Did
chili
everyone see
is
my Cincinnati
absolutely
meme?
terrible.
Bengals fans be like, "Rawr, I'm a kitty."
That's hilarious.
I saw it earlier. I thought it was funny.
That's,
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
that's
It,
true.
it's troubling but funny at the same
All right,
time.
everybody, we're going out with Romeo from Cleveland.
I loved Romeo. He was a great interview.
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go.
Set the standard, Baker.
Who do I got with me now?
Got Romeo, baby!
From where?
Cleveland, Ohio, baby. Cleveland's in the building, baby. Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, Romeo.
Yeah.
Wednesday night QBs live in the Muni Live.
Wednesday night?
Wednesday night, 7:30.
7:30.
You can't miss it.
Okay.
Live on Facebook.
I'll be
You can
here.
See your smiling face. on there.
Definitely.
All right, here's the question.
All right, what we got?
Quick questions. Give us your Browns resume. How long you been coming down how long you been tailgating?
All of my almost 50 years.
Oh man, 50
yeah.
years.
Yes.
And
We're going to the motherfucking Super Bowl!
Oh, you heard what he
we're
said?
going to the motherfucking Super Bowl.
All right.
Quick, now.
Come on.
You going to work tomorrow?
I'm the boss, so I'll get there when I get there, right?
That's exactly what I was
Ain't that
thinking.
right? That's a good answer,
All
right?
right, now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes here.
Come on.
Besides Baker and Odell,
Uh-huh.
who do we need to have to, play a key part in today's victory?
My boy, because he mad at me because I don't have his jersey on. My boy, number 81, Rashad Higgins.
Oh,
That's my
Hollywood.
boy, yeah. That's my boy, Hollywood Higgins.
He's gonna,
Hey, I ain't got your jersey on because you didn't play last week. Really? I'm calling Auntie. I'm telling Auntie on you.
you heard him, Hollywood.
Yes.
All right, now then you got to give it to us straight. Don't give it to us from the heart. Give it to us from the head. Who's going to win today's game? What's the final score?
The Browns, baby. 24-17, baby.
Wow, he
What?
didn't even hesitate, John.
Did you hear that, John?
Didn't even hesitate.
I didn't hesitate, Johnny. Come on.
I heard you, Roman.
Do me a favor. Tell Caller he's got to mute his phone.
Who?
Caller.
Caller?
You got to mute your phone.
You got to mute your phone, Caller.
That's all we needed to hear.
All right, hold on.
Who do I got with me now?
You got Romeo, baby.
On the south side of Lake Erie, there's a place called Cleveland Town. And if you go down there, you better just beware of a team called the Cleveland Browns. And they came alive in 85 and 86, they're going for more. Bring on the Broncos, Bengals, Bears, the Dolphins, Steelers, we don't care because we're going to the Super